So glad you could join us today in the hot seat, the ETEKCITY MSR-A1000 El Cheapo Extraordinaire, or so we're told, digital multimeter. Let's take a look. Another one of those uber popular Amazon multimeters. Man, oh man, thousands of people saying, oh, they just love this meter. Well, you know what? Enough is enough. Let's see if this thing is worth all the hype. Ships in a pretty cool box, nice bold color, ETEKCITY at the top. Tells you what you have feature-wise on the back. APO, auto power off, LCD display with backlight. Let's hope it stays on. True RMS, auto and manual ranging modes, measuring up to 10 amps AC/DC and over voltage plus overcurrent alarms. Powered by two 1.5 volt AA batteries. Awesome. ETEKCITY also bundles these cool little crocodile test leads. Oh yes, with the meter. Hey, I love swag. You get your thermocouple because yes, it does do temperature in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. And of course you get your test leads. Now I gotta say these look a lot like UNI-T test leads. They do, don't they? 10 amps is the rating. Cat 2, 600 volts. I'm sorry, Cat 4, 600 volts. Cat 3, 1000 volts. But yeah, those darn look a lot like UNI-T test leads. Just saying. PVC, it's not your silicone standard, but hey. Also got a funky little key ring holder. Well, not key ring holder, but it's a holder nonetheless. Put it on your meter. Something like that, and you can hook it up to wherever and take your measurements. So, hey, I don't see that every day. ETEKCITY also gives you a pretty decent little manual. One of the better ones I've seen. It has nice pictures for both, all in English, but they're even telling you how to use that rotary selector switch. You don't see that every day. Nice clear font. Very, very nice, I gotta say, in terms of a user manual, especially for somebody new to the world of multimeters. Very cool. Hey, the ETEKCITY even comes with a customer support number. Oh, toll free. You know what? I'm going to try that. We'll try that later on. We'll call them up, give them a bogus claim, and just see how good their support is. Oh, that's going to be fun. Meter has good bones. It's solid. It's a solid meter. Has a good rubberized boot here that does come off as well. First impressions, though, good heavy meter. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it. We even had that nice little tactile grippers on the side as well. And let's not forget about that tilt stand. Easy access, kind of. Oh, that's interesting. A little bit. Oh God, what's happening here with our tilt stand? Oh, there we are. Just wasn't in properly, I think. Okay, there we go. Little factory faux pas, but nonetheless, we are good to go. Solid on the stand. Yeah, liking it, liking it. Overall impressions, first looks, well made. DC voltage showdown. We have 4 meters up for the test. HABOTEST HT118A on the far left of the ETEKCITY. Start the show. Klein Tools MM600, and finally on the far right, the Fluke 113. Okay, we're going from top to bottom this time, starting off at 30.54 volts. 30.41 for the HABOTEST, 30.55. Good job, ETEKCITY. 30.48 for Klein, and 30.49 for the Fluke. Bringing it down now to 22.30 volts. Down again to 15.40 volts according to the Kiowates. 15.34 for Habo. 15.41 for ETEKCITY, 15.37 for Klein, and 15.38 for the Fluke. Oh my goodness. Wow, let's just bring it down. 8.2, let's get as low as, we'll say... Now we're sitting at 3.48 volts on the Kiowates, 3.48 for Habo, 3.48 for the ETEKCITY. Hey, you know what? It's 3.48 across the board. Let's take it just a little bit lower. Finally sitting at 1.00 volts exactly, and oh, so close for the Habo. There we are, 1.00 for the HABOTEST, 1.00 again for ETEKCITY, 1.00 for the Klein, and 1.00 for the Fluke. Excellente. Well, you know what? It was close. It was close, but I'm definitely going to have to give this one to You Got It, ETEKCITY. You won this DC voltage showdown. Good show. You can see on that HABOTEST you have that really nice bar graph. Unfortunately, it's missing from the ETEKCITY, so no bar graph on that ETEK. Just letting you know. Neither of these multimeters have their boots attached, even though the HABOTEST looks like it does. No, that's just the plastic housing, so yeah, good size. Selector switch on the ETEK is a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's not really mushy per se, but it does take a little bit of force, and sometimes it just skips a range. Yeah, like that. So not the most tactile selector out there. Let's take a closer look at that selector switch, starting at the off position. Volts AC up to 750 volts. Volts DC up to 1000 volts. Millivolts. Frequency up to 10 megahertz. Resistance, continuity, diode, and capacitance. Dual temperature, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Microamps, AC/DC. Milliamps, AC/DC. High current amps, AC/DC up to 10 amps. Finally, non-contact voltage. Top of the meter we have our select, in the middle we have the range, the rel, and the far right we have our hold/backlight. Bottom of the meter we have our 4 inputs, high current amps on the far left, milliamps and microamps, common or ground, and on the far right we have our voltage, resistance, diode, capacitance, continuity, frequency, and temperature. And unfortunately, other than the color coding on the names, the actual input jacks themselves are not color coded. Not good. Well, it's a white multimeter. You don't see white multimeters every day, do you? You know what? Not bad. Not bad. Wow, if this had white test leads, that would have been something, but you know what? It's kind of growing on me. ETEKCITY does say it has that high current alarm. Let's just check that out, shall we? Pushing 10 amps, and yes. Once you head over that 10 amps, high current, AC/DC, you're going to get that high current alarm. Always a good thing. Looking at milliamps now, sitting at 1.8 milliamps, coming in as 1.76 on the ETEK. Let's bring that up. 2.20 coming in as 2.17. Let's take it up to 5 even. 5 milliamps and 4.98. Let's sit on 10. And look at that, 10.01 milliamps. So in the low milliamp department, no problems with the ETEKCITY. And for low current microamps, 60 microamps is the cutoff. And yeah, after that, it's lights out in Georgia. Alrighty, diode testing is next. Starting off with that big Zinner diode. Here we go. Forward voltage drop. We don't have that audible beep, however. Over to the red LED, lit, and forward voltage drop. The yellow, same thing, green. Oh yeah, blue, and the white. Excellent. So 5 for 5 in terms of illumination and forward voltage drop. Good stuff. Output voltage in diode mode, 3.03 volts. Quick look now at resistance, sitting with a precision resistor at 100 ohm, 100.5 coming up. Good stuff. Okay, let's look at range speed now in resistance mode, sitting at 1 mega ohm. Let's go up to 3 mega ohm. Hey, nice and fast. 6 mega ohm. Looking good. 10 mega ohm. Oh yeah, spot on. 100K, 300K, 600K. Finally, 1 mega ohm. No problems with speed in resistance mode. Let's try low resistance now. We're going to check the resistance on the default test leads first of all. And they are coming up perfectly. All right, let's try that 0.5 of an ohm. 0.5 of an ohm resistor. Now this one is hard for some meters. Sitting at 0.3, is it going to go up a little bit? It's a little on the low side. So showing up as 0.3 of an ohm, interesting. By the way, in the last video I did, I picked up these really cheap test leads on Amazon. And yeah, look at that, no resistance as well. I'm curious though, will it make any difference with this 0.5 of an ohm resistor? Not at all. Alrighty, capacitance is next. I have 100 millifarad. Now don't forget this only has a 60 millifarad range, but I am curious if it can go a little bit higher. Here we go. Hooked up to 100 millifarad, 100,000 microfarad capacitor. How will it do? Come on, ETEKCITY. And apparently it doesn't like it. Oh, well, it was worth a try. Okay, here's a 47 millifarad capacitor. Thinking now in millifarad mode. Come on, ETEKCITY, come on. 37.2, is it gonna get any higher? Seems to be struggling just a little bit in capacitance mode. There we are. 40, just under 44 at millifarad, and that is about right for this cap. So, all right, well, it took a little bit, but there you go. Let's check out the low range now. Here's the 10 nanofarad. Yeah, no problems there. 3.3 microfarad. Coming in as 3.0, good stuff. 5.003 volts. Excellent. You guessed it, it's continuity time. Stock default test probes. Let's get it into continuity mode. Come on, continuity. And there we are. All right, 3, 2, 1. It's latched, fairly loud. A little slow though. Let's try the Probe Masters. Probe Masters. Slightly louder. Actually, even a tiny bit faster. Definitely loud. 82.1 decibels. Maximum output volume in continuity. Finally, we're looking at temperature. This does both Celsius and Fahrenheit. It does not have a passive onboard chip, so you're not going to have that ambient sensor readout. But guess what? Yeah, take your test leads, put them together in ohms mode, and voila, there is our ambient temperature, 70 Fahrenheit. Hit that select switch, 21 degrees Celsius. Quick look at frequency now. Have this hooked up to my old GW function generator. Oldie but a goodie, sitting at 10 hertz right now. Let's take it up. 100. 1,000. Oh yeah. Let's do 10K. No worries here. 100K. And finally, we're going to max out at 1 megahertz. Looking good. Quick look at NCV, non-contact voltage right now. How is it going to fare? Hey, not bad at all, actually. Finding that power line as well. Look at that, 4 bars. Excellente, good stuff. Okay, well, it's that time now. I'm going to do a little tricky on ETEKCITY and just tell them that I'm having an issue with their multimeter. I'm not really having an issue, but you know, I got to talk to them, right? Let's see how good their support is. So bear with me. Here we go. 1-800 number. They are down in California, I believe.
Please choose from one of the following options. Press 1 for customer service or product support.
That's us. Now I'm going to have to tell them.
After this call, please stay on the line to rate your experience.
Oh, believe me, I shall. Two ringy dingies.
can help you?
Hi, I'm sorry, who am I speaking to?
My name is Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. How are you? My name is Darren. I'm calling from Ottawa, Canada.
Awesome. How you doing today?
I'm not doing too badly, thanks. Listen, first, in full disclosure, I gotta say, I have my own YouTube channel, and I do electronics reviews, and I'm just testing out the support from you guys at ETEKCITY. Do you mind if I record this conversation?
Sure. Go ahead.
That's awesome, thanks. Listen, I bought an ETEKCITY multimeter from Amazon, and I'm having an issue turning it on. It just doesn't want to turn on. I've put in fresh batteries. Any ideas?
Okay, got it. So what you can do you have it in front of you by chance?
I sure do.
Okay, perfect. So kind of a hard reset, what you can do is if you want to actually, instead of just changing the batteries, pull the batteries out for about a minute and let it sit out with no power, or with no batteries rather. That'd be great. And that's kind of a hard reset of it, if you would like. And you can do that over the phone with me, if that works easiest.
All right, so take out the batteries. Well, you know what? I'll try that later. So a hard reset, take out the batteries, let it sit idle. I sit idle for about, a minute or so, and then put the batteries back in. And what happens if that doesn't work? If it's still going to be problematic after that?
Yeah, so if that doesn't work, it's because the multimeter is a pretty straightforward powered unit, rather. We would look into a possible warranty claim for you. You have 2 years of warranty coverage through our company, so
2 years.
as long as it's purchased through. Yep, so we just extended it as well.
Oh, awesome.
As long as it's purchased from a brand new, verified seller of ours, like Amazon or our website even, and 2 years from the purchase date, correct?
Perfect. Wow. Okay, that's great. Well, you know what? You passed everything here with flying colors. You picked up the phone. You're courteous. You gave me some good advice. And you know what? End of day, hey, thanks for letting me tape the conversation. And you know what? I really appreciate all the help you've given me.
Of course. You're very welcome. Have a good help.
Great. Well, have a good one. And hopefully you don't hear from me later.
Sounds good. Well, take care, Darren.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, well, there you go. I mean, the advice was a little, okay, take the batteries out for a minute. Well, let's face it, the world of multimeters, not really problematic in that respect. But you know what? The guy was nice, gave me some good hands-on support, was courteous. What can I say? I've been impressed with ETEKCITY, and that's actually the second time I've called them. So, ETEKCITY, A+ in terms of support, customer care, and hey, a 2-year warranty, what's not to like? Teardown time, here we go. Let's start off with those input jacks. Split variety. Yeah, we see this 95% of the time in the cheapo realm. Hey, what can I say? They're in there, not bad. Soldering wise, you can't really tell. It must be soldered on the reverse side of the PCB, but anyway, we have nice standoffs here, so that should be holding those pretty well. Here is our big high current fuse. That's a 10 amp, 250 volt. And look at that, we have some pretty decent spark gap protection going on here. That's always a bonus. Tiny little current shunt, mind you. Wow, that is small. Over here we have our milliamp fuse, 250 volts, and this is rated at 600 milliamps. Moving up along, look at that nice little cluster here. The greens are the PTCs. Those are on the voltage side of the board. The blue are the nice big mauves, 3 of them to be exact. Excellent. And those are on the current side. So some really nice input protection. We have PTCs, mauves, ceramic fuses. I mean, generally speaking, I like it. Here we have a diode clamp as well. Hey, let's face it, as great as fuses are, especially ceramic ones, they don't always cut the mustard. So what some manufacturers do is they add a diode protection, a clamp, so to speak, to help with the circuit protection. Basically what it does is it soaks up that extra current, thus it gives fuses a little more time to blow. So that type of diode arrangement can be, simple, can be complex, but it's really important. So great to see it here. Here is the main IC, SDIC, the SD7501. That's a 24-bit ADC from Hangzhou SDIC Microelectronics in China. At the top over here is our NCV. That is what is giving us all of that sensitivity in the non-contact voltage mode. Here we have some headers for factory calibration. Buzzer, obviously. Generally speaking, pretty nice looking, very clean, a lot of space. I like it. Let's take a look on the other side. Over here we have the rotary selector pads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have that plastic inlay here with the grooves. That is what is giving us that friction on the selector switch. No balls or springs with this multimeter. Not necessarily a bad thing. You see this a lot actually in OEMs, and it seems to have no effect on long-term wear and tear. So of course with this one, when you turn that selector switch, you see how the sides make contact with the grooves, giving you that sort of lock and load mentality. Here we have our soft touch buttons as well. By the way, the thickness on that PCB is about 1.4, 1.5 millimeters. So all in all, nice. Rotary selector tracks as well. Seems to be just a tiny bit of dielectric on there. A little bit of grease on those pads, so that is going to help in long-term wear and tear as well. There's the opposite side of the soft touch buttons, and there is our main display. Now it's pretty nice. It's housed in its own LCD panel, and that's always a bonus. Again, usually you see this on a little bit more expensive multimeters, but nonetheless, here it is on the ETEKCITY. The elastomer that makes contact with that is hidden right underneath the top here. So generally speaking, not too shabby. Here are those input jacks as well, and you can see fairly decent sized blobs of solder holding those in. So all in all, gotta say, not bad at all. Okay, gonna put it back together. Come back with my closing thoughts. Closing thoughts on the MSR-A1000 from ETEKCITY. Oh, this meter is awesome. Yeah, I mean awesome. So much better than I expected. Hey, a lot of time in the multimeter world, we know there's a lot of hoopla, and a lot of times it's not warranted, but in this case, it is. A lot of pros with this meter, great DC accuracy, solid input protection for the cheapo range, and I mean, the list goes on. And let's not forget that awesome after-sales service and support. Whoa, Andrew, thanks for that. In terms of cons, well, you know, I really had to think about this, but there was a few. Those input jacks are not color-coded. Definitely not a good thing. That 20-second backlight, But end of the day, with nitpicking aside, I gotta say, for a multimeter in the cheapo realm, this is a very good deal. ETEKCITY MSR-A1000 gets a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. Hey, this meter does it all, and at a price that won't break the bank. Thanks for watching this review, everybody. Till the next one, keep on testing.